I busted a bunch of myths that you guys gave me inside of Grow a Garden. The myths range from getting infinite bone blossoms to even getting the good old candy blossom. And trust me, you're gonna want to watch through this entire video because some of these myths are insane. The first myth says that the Sky Merchant sells a night staff, a moon staff, and a bunch of other things that are always in stock. Well, lucky for us, we do actually have a Sky Merchant in the game right now. Let's go up to this little guy, open him, Mr. Freddy. So he does have the night staff and as well as the star collar and a mutation spray cloud touch, which is 50 million each, and you have 2 of them. And the night staff is 12 million, which to be honest, I'm surprised it's this cheap because this is a very, very good thing, especially if you can get moonlit. But unfortunately, he does not have any star collars, so only 2 out of the 3 things are always in stock. So that myth is a bust. The same thing can actually be said for any other merchant inside the game. All of the stuff is not always in stock. The next myth is this TikTok, which says that you can always get a giant pine cone seed in stock inside of the game. I'm gonna follow exactly what the guy did. So basically, he said you want to go all the way over to the pet mutation. You actually want to go ahead and walk over here. And while you're walking here, you're gonna want to get out your wrench because apparently you can hold E with the submit button. If I line myself up right here, and if I press E while I use my recall wrench, then something is gonna go inside the pine cone seed. I don't know, but apparently after this there should be a free pine cone seed. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, we're gonna press it E at the same time. Boom. And okay, so he had the same exact thing happen right here. As you can see on his TikTok, he did the same exact thing, and then he just says, go ahead and head over to the seed shop and purchase the giant pine cone. Well, moment of truth. Let's go to the seed shop and scroll all the way down, and there is no pine cone. This is fake. The next myth is actually from a different TikTok that says there is a way in order to run really fast. What they suggest is that you need some egg inside the game. The one they used was the common egg, so I'm going to use the same exact one. But all you want to do is do /edance2, I believe, just like so. Or no, I think it was /edance3. I think either one of them works, but this was the one they did. And then if I go on ahead and hold the common egg and try running, I will apparently be going a lot faster. And oh my gosh, it is thundering. Well, moment of truth. Let's grab the egg and let's just start running. And are we going any faster? To be honest, I don't really think so. Wait. I just did something that did kind of make it work. It's a little bit weird how it works now, but it's different. So if I go ahead do /dance or /edance2 and I go ahead quickly equip the egg and jump and run, it should work. So here we go. And yes, would you look at that? We're going so much faster as long as we press the shift lock button. So make sure you actually do have shift lock on when you try it because it will not work otherwise. But that myth is a fact. This next TikTok says that there is a brand new code called Prehistoric 25, and apparently it is posted by JandelRPLX.dev. Let's go ahead and try that out. He says there's only 100 of these codes, but let's go ahead and try Prehistoric 25. And if I go ahead and try it, it says code is invalid. Well, you might actually think it's because the 100 uses are done, but no, I hate to break it to you, but this guy is literally impersonating Jandel. This guy who says this is Jandel's secret account is literally not Jandel, bro. Like, I can just tell from looking at your eyes that you're fake, even though, I mean, your profile picture really is Jandel. But no, do not fall for those scams. There's no such codes in the game at the moment, and actually Jandel is planning on adding a few in the next update. But right now, there's none. That myth is also a bust. The next myth is something that claims there is a brand new Star Rise mutation that was added in the mutations update, and the only way they say that you can actually get this is through the space event. But looking over here at the mutation odds, there's no such thing as Star Rise. The best thing you actually have in the game right now is Ascended, but a TikTok like this claims that it's also shown on the wiki to be a 0.4% chance of the Star Rise mutation if 4 4 or more people stand on the highest meteor, it comes crashing down. I actually went ahead and searched for the star-rise mutation, and as you can see, nowhere on the wiki can this actually be found. So all these videos that you see about the star-rise mutation, yeah, they're fake. There's no such thing as a star-rise mutation, and they say it happens during the space event, but the last time the space event happened was literally before the pet mutations update had even fully released. So that myth is also a bust. Okay, now it is Sandy, but the next myth says that if you plant something down, reclaim it, then the next time you plant it down, it is going to be a different size completely. So basically, you'll be able to use the same seed until you get a size that you want. So that's a very interesting one in my opinion, and we're gonna go ahead and test that out. From what I've heard, the best way to actually test this myth is to use either the giant pine cone that just got added, which is 929 Robux, or we can go for something a little bit cheaper, the beanstalk seed, which is 715 Robux. Please use StarCode. No, this is almost $10 worth. But I do have a pretty filled up garden, so I'm gonna go all the way to the back and test it out. I'm gonna put it right in the corner, right on over there, so that way I don't have to like guess where I placed it exactly. But now I'm basically just gonna water it until it's fully grown. I have 1,000 uses of this water, and we're just gonna go till it's fully up there. Okay, this fatty is already starting to grow. This is good, and I think this one's gonna be really big, bro. I really don't want to reclaim this. Already have used up 200 watering cans. Come on, this should be fully grown. Okay, it's not there yet. Okay, the beanstalk is basically fully grown. The way I know that is because it has started growing its petals. So now we just gotta get to the top because we need to place something that, well, is gonna tell us that it's at the top. Hopefully I have a cosmetic to do this with, but let's go right on over here. Okay, here we are. This is the top of it. Now it doesn't obviously look fully grown, but that's because I have it at 76%. But as soon as the petals start growing, that means it's grown. But what we need to do here is go ahead, bring out our cosmetic inventory, and you know what, I'm gonna just like place a flag right here. Yeah, I think this is a good thing to place. Boom, let's just grab this, and I'm gonna place the flag sideways because I want to be able to kind of see it better. Okay, that is good enough. Wait, actually, no, I need you know what, we need something else. The flag is too big. Okay, we're gonna place a little brick block, bro. Literally just this guy right here. Boom, right at the top. Now the myth says that if I go ahead and use one of my reclaimer tools, reclaim this, plant it back down, and grow it, it's gonna go to be the same height. So let's go ahead and reclaim it. Oh my god, plant must be fully grown. Okay, great. And come on, 100% grown. There we go. It is officially done. And as you can see, yes, my little brick that I placed up there is in the right spot. Now I can go ahead and reclaim the beanstalk. Boom, there we go. Let's replant it. And apparently it's supposed to be a different size. If this is true, bro, that means you could literally just use a reclaimer until you get what you want. But let's find out. Okay, little problem. I'm actually about to run out of watering cans, so I have to go over here, spend another 375 Robux so that I can grow this thing. You can also do this with the bamboo, but I tried it with the beanstalk. I think it's a little cooler of a plant to have. And by the looks of it is, oh my god, there's no way this is how small this one is. Okay, that myth is technically true because it is a different size, but unfortunately it's much smaller. I think what I'm gonna have to do, bro, is reclaim this beanstalk again, come place down every single one of my sprinklers so that way I can get a good size for the next time. There we go, master sprinkler, godly, advanced, and honey sprinkler, just like so. And then we place down the beanstalk seed. And you can do this with any other plant, but I decided to do it with the beanstalk since it's very visible. The next myth says if you use a chair, you can actually get fully underneath the map. The idea with the chair is, well, firstly, I have to get a bench or a type of chair. Bro, do I even have that? Bench. Okay, yes, I have exactly one of these. That is perfect. So what you do is basically sit down. You can also do this with other people, take them for a ride, but then you basically just rotate this thing. And yes, bro, this is a pretty well-known you know, myth, but I guess it's not a myth, so it does definitely work. But my chair. Wait, I want to be able to fall down there. Okay, let's try this again. So let's sit down, on the chair, and then I'm gonna rotate it halfway so that I'm at the lowest point. And no, it keeps bringing me up. Let's try it with a different type of bench. This one is a little bit bigger, and can I please sit down? Okay, maybe you can't even just sit in this one at all. But although I don't think you can actually fully glitch down there, it is definitely a true thing. It is possible. The next myth says if you actually change your graphics settings, it will make it easier for you to be able to find your plants and change or grab them. The way you actually do this isn't even a myth in my opinion, because I do know this is true. And if you go over here, lower your settings at least below 3 or 2, then it will work. As you can see, it hides all of the excessive effects, and it makes it much easier to try to find the plant that you're looking for. Now, obviously, the plant is still going to be there. It's not going to become smaller, but it does make it so much easier to your eyes to look at. So if you are collecting your plants, I highly recommend going to a low setting so you can find them easier. This is once again another myth from this Jandal RBLX.dev person, dude. And he says there is this lock tool that may be added. This will allow you to lock your fruits. And if you noticed, this was actually one of the suggestions I had because somebody posted it on the Grow Garden Discord server. But this guy went ahead and added it into the game because, as you can see, the prismatic text is changing colors. Now, if this guy is telling the truth, hypothetically, when I joined the Grow a Garden testing server, I should be able to find it in the gear shop. Okay, here's the Grow a Garden testing server. I have access to this, as you can see, and we're gonna go ahead play in here and see if this is true. So we're loading in now. Boom, Grow a Garden test server. And as you can see, my stuff is pretty trash in here, but allegedly, if I go over onto the gear shop, I should be able to find it. So here we go. Boom, here it is, and show me the gear shop. And okay, we got the watering can, basic sprinklers, medium toy, treats, blah blah blah, magnifying glass. Yeah, no, it definitely does not exist. Maybe he changed it. Let's look at the recipes. Not in there. Over here, nope, it literally just does not exist. That myth is once again another cap. This next myth was posted 4 days ago by Mr. Grow a Garden _3, and he says you still have a server that has candy blossoms in stock. And this is something that's very popular in the community, especially right now, even within the last updates, where they say if you join an old server, you can still see the Easter shop and purchase the candy blossom. Luckily, I have the ability to sort by newest and oldest servers, and here are some of the oldest servers in the game right now. It has around 2 players, and we're just gonna go ahead and press one. Let's try this one right here with 2 bacon here. I hope they're not bots. All right, let's see. In this server, hopefully the Easter shop should be here, and by the looks of it, no, it is not. Actually, the prehistoric quests are here, so it must have been updated. I'm gonna go ahead and try this with a few more servers. Let's go and try this one. And no, it is in here again, so this server has also been updated. I went ahead and tried this with multiple servers, but no, it does not work, so this myth is a bust, and I should definitely get out of here before I get my entire garden robbed. The next myth says that the bamboos are actually worth more than some of the stuff that is much more rare. So let's go to the seed shop, although I do actually think I already have some bamboos. Oh my god, there's none in stock. Please tell me I have some bamboo seeds and I don't have to wait. Okay, yes, I have one. Oh my god, thank god. But apparently this is better than some of the seeds that are harder to get. So let's go ahead and place the bamboo right here, and there we go. And I did place that beanstalk earlier, but it hasn't actually fully grown. So apparently what it's saying is that the next few seeds that follow after the bamboo are worse. So which ones do I possibly have? I do think I have a coconut, so let's try that. I'm also going to need my watering can to go ahead and water this bamboo, but there we go. It's already done. Okay, Mr. Coconut, where are you? Okay, it turns out I actually don't have a coconut, but I do have kiwis, and this has a lot of mutations on it, so that's not good. But let's see how much this is worth. So if I go ahead and sell this, there we go. Oh my god, that is worth 23 million, and I did complete a quest. But I don't think it's fair if it has mutations, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually buy something else, something very dumb. But let's go ahead and buy a coconut seed. Wait, oh my god, 99 Robux to 435. Okay, never mind. Why don't we go ahead and try an apple seed, though? Because apparently bamboo should be worth a lot more than this. And now I have a green apple seed, so let's go ahead and place it right there. And then we need to go ahead and get our watering cans out so we can go ahead and water it. There we go. Let's go on ahead and actually collect the bamboo. I don't want to get any mutations on it so we can see what it's worth. But right now, how much this is worth? It is worth 3,610. So can the apple beat that? We'll see. They are almost the same price, though. The apple is a little bit cheaper to get, but the bamboo comes in stock so much more. But while we're waiting for this thing to grow, I have another myth to actually do. This one says that if you go ahead and place an egg down, so the egg that I'm gonna use is one of the newer ones, and let's go ahead and do the dinosaur eggs. Apparently, if I go ahead and water this thing before I skip its growth, it's gonna give me the best pets in it, or well, one of the best stuff. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and water. It's hard to water it because of the skip growth button, but there we go. Apparently you only have to do this a few times, so let's do that. And now we're gonna skip the growth for 49 Robux. There we go. Boom. Please tell me that Robux did not go to waste. Please, please, please. And we get a raptor? Bro, are you serious? I don't know what to say. I didn't want a raptor. Yeah, that myth is a bust. The next myth actually claims, while we're still waiting for the stupid green apple, that if you leave the game while you have sprinklers down, your sprinklers will last longer than the time they've been told. So what I'm actually gonna go ahead and do is get a super simple sprinkler, like the basic sprinkler. And as you can see, it has 5 minutes. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and also leave the game for 5 minutes and come back. As you can see right now, it is 4:17 p.m. at the time I'm recording, and I am currently in Num Num's paradise. So in a few minutes, I'll go back and see if it's still there. Okay, now it is 4:22 p.m., meaning it's been 5 minutes. All right, let's go check for that sprinkler. I low-key forgot where I placed it. Oh, okay, right here. And as you can see, it only went down like 30-ish seconds. Bro, if anything, it didn't even go down by the time I left. So that myth is true. That is why they tell you to actually leave the game whenever you're doing the sprinkler method with all 4 sprinklers. But yes, that is both true. The next myth says that if you go ahead and enter in another code, which, I mean, I don't know if this is going to work, but let's go ahead and try Candy Blossom Test. Apparently, this was one of the testing codes, and if you did go ahead redeem this, it would, you know, give you a candy blossom for the time that it was in the game. So now apparently this still works. Let's try it, claim, and no, code is invalid. Just to be sure, check in the seed shop. Candy blossom, no, there's no candy blossom at all. It's never coming back, bro. Okay, stop giving me these myths. But that's all the myths for this video. If you enjoyed the video, watch the video on the screen right here. Hurry up, press it fast because this video is about to end, and hurry, click it. Until then, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hurry, click the video.